16 years ago, this community incinerated its waste, and the ash from our waste was emitted into the air, and our children and our grandchildren breathed that air. And 16 years ago, this community changed its direction in many ways, one of it being a goal of having Dubuque being a model for sustainable communities. We were on the cusp of being a non-attainment, meaning that our air quality was getting so bad with the particulate that was in the air breathed by our children and our grandchildren that industry was would have been unable to expand in our market without jumping through a ton of hoops. And then a new voice came to the community, making this a model for sustainable communities. The first initiative, well, there have been many initiatives, but as it relates to today, the Water Resource Recovery Center, that in other communities is called just the old sewer plant, that burned our waste and emitted that ash, converted to new technology. And today the methane from that technology is captured, it's cleansed, it runs generators to produce the electricity to run the plant, and the excess renewable natural gas is pumped into the line. And then today, we celebrate what you're going to hear about today, which is the next step to that. It's my pleasure to introduce the person that brought that voice to this community and changed the lives of our children and our grandchildren as a result, the longest serving mayor in Dubuque's history, and thank God he has, Mayor Roy Buell. Come on up, Roy.
Thank you, Rick, and good morning, everyone. As mayor and on behalf of my city council colleagues, our city staff, and the residents of Dubuque, it's our pleasure to be here today to recognize this innovative public-private partnership. I want to begin by thanking and congratulating all the partners involved in this renewable energy project, with special gratitude to all the contractors and staff involved in the project construction. When I ran for the office of mayor in 2005, sustainability was my platform focus, and it became a city council top priority in 2006. Our Sustainable Dubuque model, which balances economic prosperity with environmental integrity and social cultural vibrancy, has since become our city's brand. As I approach retirement from this public service role, it is deeply gratifying to have this project completed and supporting our Sustainable Dubuque principles of smart energy use, resource management, and healthy air. It serves as another important example of how we are working together to create a sustainable and resilient future for our city, its citizens, and future generations. Diverting captured landfill gas is an essential strategy of our 50% by 2030 Community Climate Action and Resiliency Plan, and our goal to achieve 100% diversion of methane captured toward beneficial use. In Dubuque, solid waste contributes practically 8% of our citywide greenhouse gas emissions. Landfills are the third largest anthropogenic or man-made source of methane and account for 11% of total global methane emissions. The city needs to accomplish a 13% decrease in the solid waste and recycling sector to fulfill the 50% by 2030 goal. Methane capture for beneficial use, coupled with diversion of food, consumer, and construction waste, will get us there. I believe the addition of this methane gas collection project to our metro landfill makes Dubuque unique for a city its size, because we now have renewable natural gas collection infrastructure and operations for both our solid waste here at the landfill as well as our wastewater at Dubuque's Water and Resource Recovery Center. While there are a few landfill gas projects in Iowa, they rely primarily on conversion to electricity, not to renewable natural gas. There are a couple of RNG landfill operations in the Midwest, and I believe the two closest would be Madison and Omaha. There are other cities nationally that also have RNG infrastructure capacity incorporated into their wastewater treatment systems, like San Diego, Madison, and New York. However, to my knowledge, the only two places in the Midwest with both are Madison and Dubuque. Why is this important? I believe having both options will present tremendous future opportunities for our community because it means we have the dual infrastructure to effectively adapt to whatever organic waste stream presents itself as either an opportunity or challenge to our community. We will be able to do more things and do them more efficiently than most anywhere else. In closing, I extend our collective congratulations and appreciation to the Dubuque Metropolitan Area Solid Waste Agency, Dubuque County, and all the crucial private partners who have made this investment in our community. Innovative projects like this only become possible when the public sector, local, state, and federal can partner with the private sector. Likewise, we're grateful for Greater Dubuque Development Corporation and its role in facilitating yet another innovative legacy project that combines economic prosperity with environmental integrity. Thank you all.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Mayor. I'm proud of you, as we all should be. I'd also like to introduce another guest we have today, and if you would please raise your hand so we can say howdy to you. Brian Sievers, Vice President of American Biogas Council. Where are you at, Brian? And there's some. Thanks for joining us, Brian. I should have introduced myself, and I'm not just the guy that stole the microphone from Randy Gale. My name is Rick Dickinson. I have the pleasure of serving as the president of Greater Dubuque Development Corporation. A number of my board members and investors are here today. On behalf of our board and our investor community and the staff of Greater Dubuque Development, we congratulate the Dubuque Power Producers LLC and all the other acronyms you're seeing on today's agenda, and the people who represent those great companies for making this investment in our community and making a statement about Dubuque being a viable, livable, and equitable community. And although he's not here, I want to acknowledge someone who is my dear friend and my colleague, David Lyons, who handles strategic initiatives for Greater Dubuque Development Corporation. I believe it is fair to say that if not for Dave Lyons and his role at Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, that we would not have the vision implemented by the mayor and the council, the city manager and their staff. Because of David Lyons' tireless work at both the Water Resource Recovery Center and at this facility, I doubt that it would have happened. So in Dave's absence, could we just give him a hand, please? It's now my pleasure to introduce the chair of the governing board of this facility and this investment, a long-term public servant, a council member and candidate for mayor of Dubuque. It's my pleasure to introduce Councilman David Resnick and Chairman David Resnick.
So good morning. I am the agency board chairperson. Also present with us, the entire board is 3 people, and so Rick Jones is the agency board vice chair, and Rick is right there. Hello. And our newest member is Harley Potoff, and from the county supervisor's office. And there's Harley. The board is so proud of everyone involved to get us to this day, the ribbon cutting for this impressive renewable natural gas facility. In 2010, the first 21 wells were installed to collect methane produced from our sanitary landfill. Before that, the methane just made its way up and vented directly into the atmosphere. So what's the big deal? Well, methane is roughly 30 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas, trapping in the heat. We directed the methane from those 21 wells into a flare system which burned off the gas. the system destroyed more than 50,000 tons of greenhouse gases annually. Now that's a good thing. Flaring off methane was much better than direct release. But we decided that as a board, we must do more with this resource to increase both environmental and financial benefits. So in December 2016, a working group which included staff, the agency staff, also the Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, City of Dubuque, and Foth Environmental began the process of assessing potential uses for the methane captured. With us today, I think we absolutely need to recognize agency staff, is John Klosterman from the Public Works. He's the Public Works Director. John? Also, we have Ken Miller, who is the Solid Waste Agency Administrator. And you know, this is a process that is on the shoulders of a lot of great people that have come before. One of the great people who worked on this a lot is John Foster, who is the former Solid Waste Agency Administrator. So John is here. Doug Hughes, and he is the facility supervisor. Doug, there he is. And somebody who's really got it going is Bev Wagner, communication and educator coordinator. So you just met the mysterious Rick Dickinson from GDDC, the Greater Dubuque Development Corporation. He makes jokes about lots of things, but he is so valuable to the city and to the citizens. He deserves an absolute applause for fantastic. From the City of Dubuque, we have our city manager is here today, Mr. Mike Van Milligan. Where's Mike? He got dressed up for this. Also, Wally Wernemond from the Planning Department did a lot of great work for us, and Wally's in the back. Foth Environmental, we really depend on this expert help that we get at the agency. And representing Foth Environmental is Brian Harthune and Cami Van Abel. So now that you know them, you met them at least, this remarkable group considered several things: self-development, direct CNG use in the local market, and potential partnerships. So in March 2020, an agreement was signed with Dubuque Gas Producers, an Enterdyne subsidiary, to construct a facility which would enable direct pipeline injection of the methane. So DGP, Dubuque Gas Producers, will treat the gas to meet all federal and local quality standards and then deliver it to a Black Hills pipeline. We're very excited about all these partners. I'll close with a quote from former board chair Dave Baker, who stated as the project kicked off a couple years ago, "We are excited about this new partnership that will allow the methane gas produced in the landfill cells to be harvested, cleansed, and sold as renewable natural gas. This is a win for the environment, for the citizen owners of the landfill, and for our landfill customers, as this new revenue will help us to keep our rates and fees stable going forever." And that forever is an aggressive term there. And thanks to so many of these talented individuals now, here we are today to cut the ribbon on this impressive renewable gas facility. It's truly a day to celebrate.
Thanks, David, also for pointing out we have so many people that are on double or triple or quadruple duty here, and Harley Potoff from the Board of Supervisors and also on the Commission. I failed to mention you as that twofer also on the Dubuque County Board of Supervisors. So thanks to you and your team on the board for being such leaders in our community. Let's give Harley a hand. Now, you've heard a lot of this alphabet soup, the acronyms, GDP, the Dubuque Gas Producers. It's our pleasure then now to hear from Mike Fenton to represent that group. Mike, come on up.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the landfill group, we welcome you all to our ribbon cutting here. We couldn't be more proud and excited to have you all here today. It's been a long and winding road to get here, but we're here today. So I would like to start out with a handful of thank yous. Some of the folks you've already heard, so I'll try and keep them brief. First, the city of Dubuque. You've been wonderful partners since the beginning of this project, and look forward to a long and lasting relationship with the city moving forward. Damaswa, Doug and Ken and everybody that's here at the landfill could not have been more warm and welcoming to us from the get-go and through today, so thank you for that. The Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, Rick, I echo what you say about Dave Lyons. I agree. Without Dave's tireless work, I don't know that this would have been a reality in Dubuque. The great folks at Black Hills Energy, another great partner that we've actually got quite a long-lasting relationship outside of Dubuque Gas Producers. Thank you again. Tyler Weimerskirch and the folks at A&G Electric, BJ and the Brecky Mechanical folks. I don't think that we would be here today with an operating plan if it wasn't for you guys. We put some stiff goals and headwinds in front of you guys, and couldn't be prouder of partnering with you guys and making this happen. Last but not least, Dan and the Montrose Environmental team. Dan and the landfill group have a long-standing relationship, and without his processing or process engineering expertise, we'd be in a tough spot without you, Dan. So thank you. And if there's anybody in the group that I left off, consider yourself thanked. I'm sorry. I tried to get everybody worked in there. So. We couldn't be more proud to bring a stable and long-lasting renewable energy source to the people of Dubuque, and be partnered with all of the folks that you've heard so far. It does truly take a partnership to make these things work. You cannot look at them as just a contractual relationship. It is a partnership. We all need help from each other, and so couldn't be prouder to be here in Dubuque. Now for the corny part of the speech, and I bet you all know where we're going with this, the build it and they will come. It is actually something that I believe Will coined in our group well before we were even in the Dubuque area. So we've been bullish on the renewable natural gas space for quite some time now, and have a portfolio of projects to build out, and under Will's tutelage said, build it and they will come. The market will be there, and lo and behold, here we are 20 minutes from the Field of Dreams. So anyways, that's a motto that we have at our group when we're looking at development. In closing, there is one group I would like to thank, and by a show of hands, could everybody at the landfill group please raise your hands? So in conjunction with the ribbon cutting today, we actually have been having our company meeting here, our annual company meeting. So we have the vast majority of the company here, and I know a lot of you were directly involved with the site, but I want to know the folks that are here for the first time, you all had an indirect impact in this, and couldn't be prouder to be a part of this team. You're the best in the industry, and can't wait to do many more projects with you. You all deserve a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I just want to acknowledge that Mike Van Milligan probably can't stand the cold as well as everyone else. That's why he has his Arctic uniform on. And obviously the toughest guy in the room is Harley Potoff, because he's here in a t-shirt and he's comfortable. So Harley. Well, thank you very much, Mike, for that. And now, again, cutting through the acronyms, it's my pleasure to introduce Sam Lair, with the Renewable Natural Gas Coalition. Come on up, Sam.
Thanks, everyone. Good morning, and thank you all for being here today. And thanks to Will, Mike, the rest of the Landfill Group team, our members, Constellation, and Black Hill Energy for making this project happen. My name is Sam Lair. I'm the Manager of Sustainability and Markets Policy with the Coalition for Renewable Natural Gas, and we serve as the trade association for the RNG industry in North America. We've been extremely proud to represent members like the Landfill Group, Black Hills, and Constellation as part of our coalition. So renewable natural gas is biogas, which is produced by landfills, wastewater treatment plants, anaerobic digesters of different kinds, and then upgraded to the pipeline quality of conventional natural gas. So collectively, we're working together across North America toward the Coalition's Sustainable Methane Abatement and Recycling Timeline, our SMART initiative, which is our initiative to capture and control methane produced from the 43,000 aggregated organic waste sites in North America by 2050, with benchmarks in 2025, 2030, and 2040. There are currently 194 operational RNG facilities in the U.S., I guess 195 after today, with 252 in the works, which represents a significant growth trajectory for the industry since we passed the 100 facility benchmark only in 2019. So again, it's very exciting to be here today as the Landfill Group opens another facility with Black Hills now increasing their renewable energy throughput on their system. Our industry's vision is to keep expanding this methane capture, as evidenced by our SMART initiative, and it's important to consider the multi-pronged environmental impact that we can achieve with facilities like this. First, we are substituting conventional natural gas with essentially recycled carbon, pulled from the atmosphere during plant growth and ultimately released back into the atmosphere as our society's waste, food, human, animal, and otherwise, decomposes in the form of methane. And second, given the high potential of methane as a greenhouse gas, we must destroy it via combustion, which is usually done via flare, ultimately wasting the gas unless we choose to harness that for energy. So by turning that methane into usable energy, we found a beneficial way to prevent its release, an impetus to improve its management at the source, capturing more methane than we would otherwise with innovative companies like Loci Controls, who's also here today, and creating a uniquely valuable, circular, and carbon neutral source of gaseous fuel. So everyone here should be very proud of that accomplishment. We sure are at the RNG Coalition, and we thank you again, Will, Mike, the Landfill Group, Black Hills, and Constellation for being leaders in our industry and within our organization. And we look forward to your ongoing success and innovation years to come as we collectively transform this facet of organic waste management across North America. Thank you.
You know, the phrase has been coined, it takes a village. In this case, I think it takes a county of over 100,000 citizens to pull something like this off, and the support of the leadership that they've elected in positions of responsibility. And you've heard of so many of the partners that are here today. Our next speaker heads up a unique partner for our community, not just in this project, but really wherever you look. If you could look through this tree line, in fact, you can see it behind us, Simmons Foods, a new company here in town, which will be by February next year employing over 280 individuals. If not for the capacity that's been developed and invested in our community by this company, that facility would not be here. Whenever in our capacity at Greater Dubuque Development we've had to reach out to a partner in the community and the business community, they're always there as an investor, but most importantly with their team, with Jeff and Mark and the entire team being here in our community when we need them. It's made all the difference. And the acronyms I've been talking about, BHE is Black Hills Energy, but in fact it's the best help ever. It's my pleasure to introduce Shirley Welty. Shirley.
Good morning. I'm Shirley Welty. I have the pleasure of serving as the Vice President of Black Hills Energy Iowa Gas. And for over 90 years, it's been our honor to warm Iowa homes and businesses alike with safe, reliable, and affordable natural gas. We are committed to pursuing our mission of improving life with energy, and we are ready to make tomorrow even better than today by creating a cleaner energy future. That's why we offer expertise and assistance to customers and project developers with converting biogas into renewable natural gas. Through our network of natural gas pipelines, we offer the opportunity for renewable natural gas to be accepted into our system and delivered to customers. Last year, Black Hills Energy announced our commitment to achieving a 50% total reduction in our natural gas utilities' greenhouse gas emissions intensity by 2035. We also became an EPA Methane Challenge partner. Investments in renewable natural gas are just one way we're demonstrating this commitment to providing even cleaner energy. This project is our 5th renewable natural gas project for our company and our 2nd in Dubuque. In June 2018, we participated in a ribbon cutting at the Water and Resource Recovery Center here in Dubuque to celebrate the completion of that renewable natural gas project. Through our many strong partners that made this possible, we are excited to be celebrating once again. At Black Hills Energy, we have embraced renewable natural gas and support where these projects are heading in the future as a reliable energy source. Through research and strong partnerships, we have approximately 40 renewable natural gas projects across the company in various stages of development. We have strong sustainability goals and a committed renewable natural gas team, many of whom are here with us today. I'd like to thank the City of Dubuque, Dubuque County, the Dubuque Metropolitan Area Solid Waste Agency, and Enerdine Power Systems in making this project a reality. Those are just a few of the many partners, contractors, and employees which made this possible for our community. We are grateful for you all. We look forward to the future and our continued innovative and operationally excellent partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. It's now my pleasure to introduce Adam Watterson from Constellation. Adam, come on up.
Morning, everyone. So first and foremost, want to congratulate the Landfill Group, LS Power, Black Hills, the City, County, Development Corp., and Municipal Solid Waste Agency of Dubuque for their accomplishment here. It truly takes a partnership to make something like this happen. Adam Watterson representing Constellation. We are an energy marketer across the United States of natural gas and power, including renewable natural gas. Kind of echoing some RNG Coalition information, there are nearly 200 renewable natural gas projects operating in the United States currently, almost 150 under development and another 100 in the planning stage. When you look at those projects in 2020, almost half of all natural gas vehicles, actually over half of all natural gas vehicles ran on renewable natural gas last year, 53%. That is 345 million gasoline gallon equivalents as renewable energy, and reducing almost nearly 3.5 million tons of carbon last year. Growing this year, and this project will help contribute to the growth of that. So Constellation, we're very excited to be involved in this project as an off-taker and marketer of this energy into the marketplace to sustainability buyers and natural gas vehicle buyers. We've been involved with over 30 RNG projects and delivery to over 100 different end users. I'm so excited to include this project in that mix. And again, just want to commemorate the Landfill Group, LS Power, Black Hills, City, County, Development Corp., and the Solid Waste Agency of Dubuque and their accomplishment here. And we're very excited to be an off-taker and part of this project. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. And now to get to what we're here for today, and that is the ribbon cutting of this fantastic facility, and to get a little safety briefing. I see in the asterisks down below it says it's really hot in there. I think they meant that as a cautionary note so that you don't stampede and trample each other to where it's hot. But it's my pleasure to introduce William Brinker. Come on up, William. Appreciate it.
Yes, just echo. Thank you all for being here and help bring this project to life. Mike wasn't kidding. We've been saying build it and they will come for a long time, and you guys help make that happen. Something that I do want to point to, because it is really important to us, is we are a company that stands behind our values, our vision, and our mission. And the short of what that is doing what we say we're going to do, leaving things better than we found it, and doing it with great people. And that's exactly what we found. And did here in Dubuque. So, thank you.
1,